And the bid wars didn't change, so we're still at the Necromancer in first place.
Okay. Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to Diablo 3. I just heard that we're still at the Necromancer, which is fine for me. I mean, obviously, when I take the bid war, it's clear that all of the options are fine, but the Necromancer is particularly nice because it has a lot of micro skill management in it. So I have a little bit more to talk, so that's fine for me. Before I create the character, a quick question to the chat: male or female character? I normally do that with the chat. Should it be male or female? That's the two options we have.
How undiverse, right? Okay.
You see, I normally ask this question because it won't get the vote will get to female anyways.
Yeah.
But I can't be blamed for picking female. So
even though for most characters the female does look cooler, except for a witch doctor maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Like playing a female witch doctor would be like playing a female troll in Warcraft or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So I guess we're ready to go, and then we can create the hero. And we go to the adventure mode and start the game. So yes, what is the boss rush? The boss rush is, well, I guess we get to that in a small second. I just have to check here if I have a game that's good for the run. Of course I don't have it. I normally want the bounty to kill Adria here. So I might restart the game sometimes. The run just starts as soon as I start walking, so...
yeah, first movement input.
There we go.
Huh.
So, I guess we're ready to go, so... Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck, mate.
Thank you. So yeah, what's the boss rush? The boss rush is... hire him. The boss rush requires me to kill all story-related bosses that have a marker on the map. I can use the adventure mode for it, so I don't have to play the whole story mode.
Yeah, that would be super slow.
Yeah, it would be super long. It just reduces the length of the game from about, well, way over 2 hours to around about 30 minutes, so that's really nice. Oh, I got lucky here. I almost missed him.
You swapped your weapon?
Yeah, the weapon from the Templar deals more damage.
Yeah, that's true for basically every character. When you start like doing like power leveling or something like that,
yeah,
you wanna go for that weapon.
Yeah, you normally wanna go for the Templar weapon or for the Scoundrel weapon if you're playing
Demon Hunter.
Yeah. So that's what you're normally doing. Since I took the weapon from the Templar, I obviously took the Scoundrel with me to have some more damage.
Are you gonna use the follower skills, like the crit and stuff, once you're the level?
Yes, if I hit the level. So I will get to level maybe 14 within this round.
Oh, okay.
So there is not much room for actual use of follower skills. And of course we got a nice troll map now. I just checked it.
Oh, wonderful.
That's a wonderful map here. Yeah, so map RNG is the most worst thing in the boss rush.
Yeah. RNG is never disappoints.
There we go. Okay, so one thing that the Necromancer can do really well is speed boosts. If I destroy 7 or more objects in a row, I can get a short time speed boost, and that's really critical. And the Necromancer happens to have a nice first skill that is an area of effect attack. So we can hit multiple objects with one single attack, and we can get the 7 destroyed objects pretty fast. So the Necromancer is pretty good for that.
We are not using Paragon points in this run, so that makes
Yes.
it new game.
Yeah.
Whereas you would use them in NG Plus for like, there we would be using like whole sets for level 1.
Yeah, so I play on New Game, and New Game requires me to not use Paragon points. I also am not allowed to buy anything from the merchants or use the blacksmith. That's the things that are not allowed in the New Game category.
Yeah, since those are the things that are account bound and you can't do anything to like turn them off except for like buying a new game for every run.
Yeah.
That would kind of be expensive.
Yeah. So the idea behind New Game is obviously that anyone who just bought the game could start a run. Obviously, that's not the case for the boss rush, because if you want to play the boss rush in adventure mode, you have to play the story mode one time. It's still the case. So after Adria, let's go to Urzel, and we don't have a bounty there, which is a little bit bad RNG. Let's see where we go. Normally,
but like once you played the game once, it's pretty easy to see if someone is like playing NG or NG plus.
Yeah.
Like trying to cheat the system.
The basic requirement for the speed run is you have to show the character creation on the video. So that makes sure that you play really on NG.
Yeah.
So everything you need is in the video. That's basically the thing we do. So we now have the corpse explosion, which is pretty good to get through some enemies here. If you get blocked by enemies, you can use it, but we will switch it rather soon to another corpse-based attack, which is better for killing bosses.
Oh, it's been some time since I played Necromancer. I've been so focused on Demon Hunter progression.
Yeah, in preparation for
2 seasons, I think.
Yeah. In preparation for this run, I had to do all classes, obviously. Yeah. It's quite fun.
Oh, it is. Like, even though Blizz is kind of like forgetting about Diablo, it's still a super great game. If you enjoy loot-based grindy games, then it's the game for you.
Yeah.
And you can spend thousands of hours in it without being bored.
Yeah. What's the reason for this boss order? The main reason... Well, I'm free on the boss order. The reason why I kill Kul first is a neat little trick, but I haven't mentioned this. Kul has 2 adds, and they are rather low on health, but they give a lot of experience points. So by killing one of the adds of Kul, I can get to level 2 instantly. And whenever I hit a level up, there is some kind of explosion happening, and it deals damage to all enemies that are around me. And that explosion alone is enough damage to kill Kul. So I can fast kill Kul by taking the level 2 explosion. And then I go to Adria and Urzel, because they are basically the worst map RNG bosses that there are. And from them I'm pretty free, which I go, and that's why I get to the Butcher next. So then I just do it by order.
Oh, I really hate the spider KV thing. Like, the RNG in that one can screw you over so much.
There's a rule set for it, so it's quite okay if you know the rules that the map generator follows.
But that 1% where it doesn't play by the rules.
It always plays by the rules. It just can't control how it plays by the rules. That's the good thing.
Yeah. Sometimes that always happens to me.
I know what you're meaning. I got trolled many times there.
Yeah.
So let's see. If it's there, we have to take. Is there a bottom right path? No, that's not the path. So we have the marker for the butcher here, which is quite nice, and we normally know that there's a rather long path from the butcher door leading to the bottom left side. So I normally want, if I see it's there, I normally want to get to this area roundabout. So that's why I know that that path which I just took, is not the right one.
Also, I gotta admit, I love that the Necromancer is getting some love today, because it was like, it was the lost child of Diablo 3. Like, I really enjoyed playing the class, even though, yeah, it came in late and
He was just late to the party.
and it was kind of weird how they introduced him with like being a DLC, a paid DLC with just a class, which is not true, because like, you get a little more.
Yeah.
But basically it's just a class.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very cool class.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. And I also enjoy playing the Necromancer. Especially in the boss rush, because the Necromancer has very much to it. Actually, the Necromancer is the one with the highest potential and the lowest world record. So the Necromancer is the fastest class of all.
How many runners do we have? Like active runners?
Ooh, it's really hard to say. Many runners don't get on the leaderboards on SpeedCon.com. But the leaderboards are not that active. I guess there are 7 or 8 runners, different runners over all classes. Not everyone is doing every class. I also don't have all my TVs
just
there.
like me, as I said.
Yeah.
But that's basically because I'm playing New Game Plus, and like it's very dependent on the gear that you farm beforehand.
Yeah.
And so making a lot of like choosing a class makes it way easier then.
Yeah. By the way, there's a reason why that took me rather long, and the main reason for that is that I didn't switch to the Skeletal Mage. I actually forgot that. Oh no,
Intentional threats, RNG manipulation.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be so cool if we could do that.
So let's see. So the Spider Queen. I've mentioned it. Let's see if we can.
What's her name?
I'll just let you struggle a bit.
Ari. I'll just call her
Aranai.
Aranai.
Aranai. So you just saw this long path with the stairs. That's the first hint for me that I'm on the right path. From there, here are 4 platforms that are linked to each other. And the 4 platforms, from there, it's either one of the top left exits or one of the top right exits. I opted for the top left here, but that's not it. Maybe the other top left. If not, I have to go back to the bottom rights. I'm searching for another distinctive path.
Arara, 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 arara.
Oh, by the way,
Oh,
there's a
Blood Goblin.
Yeah, there's a blood goblin there. I don't know how many Diablo 3 players now hate me for letting him be. I mean, it doesn't change anything because Kadala don't give you anything anyway, so...
No, she's, like, not very generous. Even though I have heard stories of ancient legendaries dropping from that certain person.
Yeah. So, I just took about a minute of going. I just did a minute of sightseeing because that's the way here.
We kind of cursed it. Like.
Yeah, it always sticks to the roots, but it can be really trolly. And I thought, well, no, we won't get it in the best spot, I think. And bam, we had it in the best spot. But of course, I took the sightseeing tour overall 4 platforms. Yeah. That's what should not happen if you go for personal bests. So, if you would...
Yeah, well, what's the difference in time between, like, having the worst RNG possible or the best RNG possible? What would you think?
It can be like 5 or 6 minutes, actually, so...
I would have thought even more, but yeah. That's still a lot in a...
Well, the thing is that the RNG, it recovers itself. If you have bad RNG on one spot, you might have better RNG on the other spot. So,
yeah,
it adds up to about 0. So that was RNI. The Corpse Lens, by the way, is one of the best boss killers in case they have ads. So let's get to the Skeletal King. Also here we have a ton of objects again, and we can add up the speed boost.
Do we have time for a quick reminder?
Go for it.
I would just like to point out that while this speedrun event for the viewers probably already is really, really amazing by just enjoying all those really, really amazing runs by amazing runners, we also raise donations for the amazing Save the Children charity. So, in case you guys can, get in those donations and help us reach those $5,000 maybe until the end of the day. That would be super awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Go, go, go. It's for the children, guys. Like, you know... If you don't donate, you don't like children, and what's that? That wouldn't be nice. I would personally not like you then.
Ooh, that's an incentive there.
I mean, last year we got like $100 just for me opening my hair. Maybe we should just do that again.
Okay, that's good. I just added up some more speed boost.
Wait, how long are they? Like about a minute?
Yes, the maximum speed boost that.
So
that
it's actually something you want to do even in a boss fight.
Yeah. So the minimum speed boost that you get is, I think, 25 seconds. That's for destroying 7 objects. And for each more object, you get a bit more, and it caps at 14 objects by a minute.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like 6 seconds or something per thing.
Yeah, something like that. Of course, I just had some... I got the first boots there, and of course there are some boots without any movement speed bonus.
Oh yeah, right. That would be super cool if we could use the Paragon points. We would have the 25% movement speed.
Yep.
But since this is new game, yeah, just not a thing. But your equipment doesn't look half bad.
It's actually quite okay for a Marathon.
Yeah.
Could be better. I actually, it's good that no. Yeah, I dropped the wrong ones. I could be worse on the weapons, especially. It's always important to get enough weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Because the enemies level with me. So when I get level ups, I get stronger enemies, but I also get higher drops and better drops. And if the weapons don't catch up with my level, then I can get it can get really low damage output for the enemies I'm fighting.
Damage is super heavily dependent on the weapon that you are using.
Yeah. So for these enemies, I opt for not killing them with the cadaver lance. I will take that for the final phase of Belial. The cadavers will remain there, which is good. And I just can get some more damage with the skeletal mages, and after that we can just one-shot him almost with the cadaver lance. So
Cadaver lance is pew pew.
Yeah, just watch it. It's not even 2 seconds.
Yeah, nice, melting away.
Yeah. So
I remember doing that boss for the first time, and I was playing with the whole group just after the release, like once the Error 37 thing was over, and we had a bad time.
Yeah.
It was super hard.
Yeah. So if you have seen it on the map, there is that boss called Vidian, and that boss was not introduced when the community created the boss rush. And it's not a boss that is relevant for the story. And since the community didn't want to make an extra category or split the category with Vidian, without Vidian, we decided that Vidian is not a requirement for the boss rush. And so we changed the ruling to all story relevant bosses.
How many bosses are there in this rush? Like
15?
14.
14. It's 15 including Vidian, 14 without Vidian. I think.
Like except for Act 1, I think it's always like 3 story relevant bosses, right?
No, except for Act 2.
Except for
Act 3. Act 3 are 4 bosses, and then it's right. It's 16 then.
4?
Yeah.
The Siegebreaker.
The Siegebreaker,
the
Gorm.
Spider. Oh, Gorm!
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Nice little Gorm.
Totally forgot. I don't think I've ever done Vidian like actively. Maybe if he was like a bounty or something, but otherwise I can't even remember that guy.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about him, so let's get to him. Let's show it to you. So, what do we have here? It's more likely that way. Oh, we have a movement speed.
Would you go for those worse boots in terms of stats if they have movement speed on them?
That's what I just did.
Good. Okay.
They had movement speed on them.
That's what I would have thought, but clarifying, I think, is a good thing.
Yeah. So boots are the only object where I don't go for the paper stats. Okay, that's the right way. So normally I go for the highest paper damage, which is totally enough for this run. That were the boots.
yeah, since like some stuff like elemental damage or skill-specific damage percents are just not relevant in this level bracket.
Yeah. So that's gone. That's the Siege Breaker. Well, Siege is one of the most annoying bosses also because there's this really long bridge. And there's hardly any option. Well, sometimes you can get lucky and there are some objects standing near each other so that you can get 7 or 8 objects for a, for a damage boost. Oh, that's by the way one. Nice. 10 items. So
GG.
the game likes me today. Normally it's not, it's not the case. It's really hard to get one of these. It's really rare. So I'm lucky that I hit it.
Wait, don't you want to do the quest? Isn't that like, isn't this playthrough?
I don't need to answer that, right?
I really dislike that quest.
Who likes it?
Or the one where you have to go up the tower.
Oh yeah, that's also one. Generally the quests on this, the bounty quests that can occur on this bridge they are really annoying.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Sure, go for it.
We got $2 by Anonymous saying, oh no, it's actually Skeleton, saying,
hey.
Hello SpeedCon, Skeleton here. Greetings from the underworld. Donating to ask the nice necromancer lady to please raise me.
Yo, hi, Hanky's going, so... Yeah. So, we got through...
It's all just a big festival hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
So...
It's kind of sad that I couldn't give Hanky a hug now.
Yeah. Can't you do like auto run or something? Yeah, if you guys have never been to one of these events, I strongly recommend just coming here. It's just a big party. Like
yeah.
Everybody's so cool. We're having just the greatest time.
Yeah, it's just always cool to get together with the friends and yeah.
Especially since somebody in chat just asked me if I hated the runner yesterday. Because I was roasting him a little bit.
Yeah.
No,
of course we hate each other.
That is definitely not the case.
I hate you.
Come on!
Yeah, he's actually hosting now, so...
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one. That's the one.
I was very irritated by your hair turning blue. And I was like, oh, it's the helmet.
Yeah, it's the helmet. So, how we are on time? So it's quite okay. Well, I have to check on the bounties in Act 4, but I think we should be fine. There's this one annoying bounty in Act 4, which is Kill Hammer, which makes the important bounties for... Well, Hammer is also a non-story relevant boss that is not done, because it also don't has any... it also don't have has a marker on the map, so it isn't included in the boss rush. But it can get a bounty, which is also considered to be a bounty like the other boss bounties.
Oh, okay. I always just assumed that he was just the named mob.
No, he's actually the one exception in the game. Normally you do have one main boss in a bounty for each act.
Oh yeah.
And Hammer can replace one of these bosses.
Okay.
One of these boss bounties.
I never realized that.
Yeah.
You learned something new.
And so because of this, I don't have a 2-1.
Nice. Good kill.
Yeah, thanks. Because of this, I don't have a 2-1 chance to get a good bounty. I have a 2-2, also it's a 1-1 chance. It's a 50% chance then. Because I can get either Rakonoth or Hammer. They both don't give me anything. Because Rakonoth is always the same path. That's what I'm doing right now. And Hammer is not included in the run. That's a good one. Oh, I could have used the crossbow for the scoundrel.
For the scoundrel, yeah. Well,
You forget about him sometimes.
oh wait, the crit chance thing doesn't unlock. Like, is it the level 20 skill?
Might be. Yeah, it's anatomy.
Oh yeah.
So I don't get it.
So that would be like the really useful skill that the scoundrel can give you. It's
Yeah.
5.5% crit chance.
I think it was 5 only, not
Okay.
5.5. Oh, Kill Diablo is the bounty. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't Hammer. And we also have a bounty on the Isol map, which is normally better to have a bounty. It's good to have a bounty on the same map where you have to kill a boss, because as a runner I can get an idea where the paths in the on the map are going. So I can get a hint on the map layout actually, which is good. Well, that's it's good as long as the bounty is not one of the portal bounties, which are quite new. I don't know, it's like 2 or 3 seasons where they're in.
Yeah.
And these portal bounties can get quite annoying because the portal can be anywhere. It also can be right next to the entrance, and if that's the case, I don't get any more information. So that's also a bit wasted.
Oh, by the way, you're playing on easiest difficulty.
Yep.
Since it doesn't matter which category, which difficulty you play on.
Yeah. So
you can go for a like, Torment 6, but
I could try.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, so the reason why I go on the normal difficulty is not only because it doesn't, it's not better to use another difficulty. It's actually worse because you get stronger enemies. You also get more experience points, but on the other hand, you don't get better loot until you hit Torment. So if I don't go for Torment, I don't get any better loot. So it's harder for the loot to catch up my levels. And that's the problem.
But there's gonna be new Torment levels.
Yeah,
in the
finally.
next patch. Yeah.
They could just patch in Torment 50 now, I guess.
They could just release Diablo 4.
Yeah, well, maybe that's also the case. Let's just quick check. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. So Act 1 is clear. I actually hit a sword? Oh, wow. That's new.
Hey, legendary.
Normally, the only legendary that I get is Lyric's Crown.
Yeah, always.
Always. It's always in there. It's...
But they increased the legendary drop rate by a lot.
Yeah.
And like not too recently, but people remembering vanilla Diablo 3 will know the pain.
Yes. I remember it. So this ring is also one thing. Yeah, so that's one of the not so nice bounties. It's one of the kill bounties, and the target to kill was quite near me, quite near the entrance. So from here on I have to guess the rest of the map. It should be around here. Oh yeah, it's a double bridge setting, so after the double bridge there is another section maybe. Maybe it's also the exit. It looks, yeah, it is the exit. Nice. So it doesn't completely troll me. That's good. Just to be sure, I should have. Yeah.
You should have gotten all the bosses?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that Adria and Ursula are down, so after that it's only Malta left.
Did you go for the speedrun achievements, by the way?
Not yet, actually.
Okay.
There's a speedrun achievement and I didn't go for it. I did run the story mode. I did run story mode new game. If I had run story mode new game plus, I would have the achievement.
It's like 20 minutes, right? 20? 10?
It's 1 hour for all acts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's okay.
Yes, especially new game plus.
Yeah.
So Maltail is also one boss that is it has gotten a lot easier for the boss rush because they opted to move the waypoint in the map before Maltail. The waypoint used to be at the entrance of that map, and the map is always split in 2 parts. The first part is completely random, and the second part is are these portals here. And they opted to move the waypoint from the entrance of the map to the start of the portals, which is quite nice for us because then we know, there's the first portal, so let's get through it, and from that on it's really easy to guess the way.
It confused me for so long, way longer than I care to admit. And I always walk to the front of the area.
Yeah.
You know what we forgot? Like that. I don't know, man. We don't have a pet active.
Yeah, I
That's
should have
just,
taken out the cow.
Yeah. But there's no cows in this game.
No, there's actually no cows in this game. So Maltail will go down rather fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky that the legendary that dropped was not only not Lyric's crown, but it was also a sword.
Yeah.
So it was weapon, and legendary weapons are the best that can happen.
Yeah, it's super good. Like, Maltail just has a shit ton of HP, as do all Act 5 bosses.
So you can't kill him during this animation.
Yeah.
I almost had him before the animation hit in. That was a bit unlucky that we're some more seconds. So time is as soon as the loot starts to drop. Whee! Now. So let's just quickly recheck it. Ursula is down, Maltail is down, Adria is down, Butcher, RNI, Skeleton King, Belial, Magda, Sultan Kul, I don't need Vidian, Gom, Asmodan, Siegebreaker, Sudea, and of course in Act 4, Isuel, Diablo, and Ragnarok. Every boss is down, every required boss. So, that's the boss rush in Diablo 3. In my opinion, it's a very nice category to get into speedrunning. It's rather easy to get in. it's not that hard. There are no really hard skips or anything. You just have to know the game. You have to know the little adjustments that you can do for each class, and you can get to the small achievements in the speedrunning, where you can get faster a little bit, and that's easily accessible with this category, and that's what I like of the category. It's also not that long, so you can do multiple runs in a row, and I pretty much like the category. I hope you also enjoyed it, and the next run is Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones, and I'd say thank you for being on the couch.
Yeah,
and
always a pleasure, man.
Thanks for having me here, and see you.
Thank you, Mr. Tiger, for your Diablo 3 run. Coming up next is Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. It's going to be a race between two people, so stay tuned for that.